What's going on, you guys? This is Andrew from Relatable TV. I haven't given you guys videos in a long time, and I want to apologize for that. I was trying to wait till certain videos got certain views, and they did. They passed what I thought they were gonna get, but I want to apologize. But today is different. This is a little vlog, my first vlog. So I was trying to figure out how, where I wanted to do it and how I wanted to do it. And now, it's just kind of like, be yourself, So one of the first things that I want to talk about on my vlog is, man, I want to jump straight in, man. Kind of, I want to get into the whole GOAT talk, and tonight, because it is the evening. This is evening talk, Relatable TV vlogging. So we're going to take us a little cool one. And I got this shot glass from a very, very good friend of mine, because I lived out in Houston for a little bit. Shout outs to H-Town. I love y'all, man. I love Houston. But we're going to do this for H-Town. Okay. And I kind of want to get into who is the greatest of all time when it comes to the NBA. Now, before I get into this, I want you guys to understand that this is all an opinion, right? Nobody's right about this, because Bill Russell and Wilt Chamberlain will never get to play Shaq and Patrick Ewing or Hakeem Olajuwon. You get what I'm saying? So all it is just an opinion in the first place, but it's just my opinion. In my opinion, I feel like Kobe is the greatest of all time. And the reason for that is because I feel like Kobe has had the most difficult career out of any NBA player. And again, this is just my opinion. Kobe's the only player that got to play against the Jordan era and play in his era with Iverson, Shaq. You had Reggie, who else? Vince, T-Mac, Grant Hill. Like, you had a great, he still played in his era, but he played in the Jordan era as well. He also played against Curry, Lillard, Westbrook, KD, LeBron, AD. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like if we're talking about the greatest of all time, I feel like, in my opinion, Kobe's one of the greatest because he got to face all of the greats that we talk about today, excluding the 80s and down. So Kobe's seen everything from 96, 97 on the way up. You know what I mean? So it's like, that's a tough era. And to be relevant for 20 years, he didn't get hurt to the end of his career. So I just feel like that's my opinion on the greatest of all time. Now, the greatest, I don't think there's a such thing, because even if you talk, excuse me, you guys, even if you talk Kobe, LeBron, Jordan, it's kind of impossible, because in the paint, none of them could guard Shaq. None of them could. Yeah, everybody had their little significant blocks or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, everybody had that moment where they dunked on somebody or they blocked. But we talking about on a night-to-night basis, they not guarding Shaq in his prime. You get what I'm saying? But Shaq not stepping out there to guard them either. So to me, it's all an opinion, and your opinion is whatever you believe is your opinion. You can't tell somebody they're wrong, because Jordan, LeBron wouldn't last. We would never know that. We would never know that. And it makes no sense to say things like that, because, no, don't get me wrong. It's healthy debate, and I'm all for a good, healthy debate. And anybody that knows me knows that. But when it just comes to, logical, because you got to think, what are we talking about? We're talking about rings? Are we talking about MVPs? Are we talking about how many times you didn't lose in the finals? Are we talking about how many times you went to the finals? Are we talking about who you was with when you won your champ? So it's all going to be just an opinion. Jordan had Pippen. Kobe had Shaq, and I guess you could say Gasol. LeBron had Wade and Bosh, and then he had Kyrie and K-Love. He was still hooping at the time. And then now AD. So, everyone has had someone. There's no championship team without at least two legitimate all-stars, at least. in this time. I'm not talking about back in the day, because back in the day, they didn't have all-stars on each team like that. Today, we have, like, arguably 2 or 3 all-stars per team. It's just down to the fan favorites. So the favorites and the ones that have, like, the buzz in the name, they're going to be the ones that get into the all-star game. But legitimately, logically speaking, there's 2 to 3 all-stars per team. 2 to 3. So that's just my opinion, you guys. I feel like Kobe is one of the greatest of all time, and this ain't just because he passed and stuff. I'm a huge Laker fan. Anybody that knows me knows that I've been a Laker fan since forever, and it isn't about Kobe playing for the Lakers. It was just Kobe's style and how he played, because I'm also a huge point guard fan. So for me, I was a Laker fan first, but then I'm a point guard, so my point guard position was always my favorite. So I was a huge fan of John Stockton, Nash, Jay Kidd's a huge favorite, Jason Williams, who else? Trying to think of the good point guard. It was so many good point guards back then. I forgot my man's name that played for Memphis. They blackballed him. Though. I forgot his name, but he was another one. Nick Van Exel. Who else? There was so many point guards growing up that I admired. Baron Davis. I know I'm missing so many. But I was a fan of the point guard position before the point guard position was what it is today. So for me, my opinion, it isn't just because Kobe played for the Lakers. No, it was the way that he played and how he remained relevant his whole career, and how he was a leader. Like, he wanted to take that shot, So I'm not saying that Jordan didn't or LeBron don't or whatever the case. They say LeBron passes the shoot, but that's how he came in. See, LeBron came in as a point guard, so you can't. I don't know. Again, it's all about opinions. In my opinion, if we're talking about the greatest of all time, the reason why I say Kobe, I'm going to say this again, is because I just feel like he had the toughest career and remained relevant. No injuries, no nothing until the end of his career. So that's my opinion. He's just like Jordan, and okay. But in my time, Kobe was my Jordan. You know what I'm saying? So in the 80s, they're going to say Jordan. Late 80s, early 90s, they're going to say Jordan, because that's who they got. That was their Kobe, to my Kobe, who is their Jordan, to my Kobe is this new era's LeBron, or whatever the case is. So it's all different timing and greatest of all time at that time. A lot of these kids never seen Jordan play. A lot of, tapes. And even the tapes, it's like, you can't really convince a kid that Jordan is the greatest, because he's seen, like, all of that stuff that Jordan did. It's already been done into another level as far as dunking, and, Jordan was ahead of his time in his time. I'm not going to take that away from him. But it's like, nowadays, we've seen all that. We had Vince Carter. We had Sean Kemp. So when it comes to the athleticism, Blake Griffin, and, just to name a few, we've had all of that. Wow, what did he do? We've had that, the 50 games, the 40 games. Jordan was just doing that back then. Now, it's like so many players that do that with triple doubles and, and some more stuff. So it's just different times. But in my opinion, Kobe is the greatest of all time. And I'm not saying I'm right or correct or whatever. It's just healthy debate, no argument. But that's just my opinion. And I'm signing out. And y'all make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, and let me know how y'all think about this video. And if this video gets thumbs ups, I'll keep these going. Y'all send me questions and stuff, and I'll answer them, and we'll talk about it. But this is the GOAT talk, and my opinion is Kobe is the greatest of all time. So I'm signing out. Y'all holla at me.